Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody. It has been a week, I believe. And as per usual, we're reacting to this the day of. I say as per usual. Usually I'm actually late by a day or two because I'm busy being swamped with work or editing a previous stream or trying to stream through a backlog of stuff that I need to get to. Speaking of which, for those of you who are watching this on YouTube, do note that you can watch my streams as VODs on Twitch TV/SheetStreams if you are a little bit impatient. That being said, not everything I do gets streamed there. Sometimes we have technical difficulties. Like recently, there was a bonus Genshin stream that I did this week. At least that was the plan, but my internet service provider apparently was having outages in the area, so I was barely able to maintain a connection to the game. Not enough to where I could stream it, but enough to where I could play the game at like 400 to 800 ping. So I had to record that one separately and offline. But for those of you that watch these reactions to the One Piece chapters, because like not really much editing or trimming has to happen for these, I kind of just upload them as is. There's not really any reason for me to go about doing that. It's because these are going to be like 30 minutes to an hour streams tops. In fact, sometimes they're even shorter than that. Sometimes they're like 17 to 25 minutes. Because like if there's a lot of action scenes in the chapter, there's really not a lot for me to comment on, because action in manga panels is like not a lot of substance for me. That's the kind of stuff that I watch the anime for. I don't read manga for action scenes. I read manga for the world building, the storytelling, and the characters. But if you want to stay up to date with more of the information on what I'm doing and when I'm doing it, the best way to do that would be to join my Discord. Links to which will be in the description. And in later news, I guess I should say for channel news, the next things I'm going to start editing immediately after this stream is I'm going to start editing my playthrough the new story update for Shadowverse Worlds Beyond. It's Kaori. It's the Runecraft leader's story. I hesitate to even call it her story, because she's only in like 3 out of the 12 chapters. But we get her full backstory, we get her character motivation, and I'm really excited to see where the story goes from there. It's been 2 streams, and it will be chopped up into 2 separate YouTube videos at around 2 to 2.5 hours each. Anywho, that's enough of that. And as of today, I guess the last piece of news is, if you have been following on the Discord, you'd know that this stream was going to go live shortly after I put another video live, which would have been my playthrough of the Chrysos Maze Grand Restaurant. So, that should be up. The full playthrough of that is on the channel. Go watch that if that's up your speed, because the next stream after this one will be more Star Rail, and it will be the Drinksmith event, which I've looked into where it shows up on the timeline, and it looks like it takes place in 2.7 right before we left Ramphorius, so look forward to that. Fun stuff. Anywho, that's enough channel news. I've wasted about 4.5 minutes of your time. After I finish this sentence, it'll be close to 5 minutes of your time that I've wasted, so without further ado, let's just get into reading the chapter and getting my blind reaction. Today's chapter is chapter 1159, The Island of Fate. But before we get into that, we got another cover page. It's Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage. Volume 41. I predicted we might be getting 45 to 46 of these. Time to munch on apples and return to the flower capital. We have started. We're taking a quick lunch break, and then we're heading to home. So I imagine if they run into something on the way home, that'll be the subject of next week's cover page, and then they'll be arriving in the flower capital. So there's probably at least 2 more of these left. And then maybe them departing on whatever the next journey is after that, unless they just want to end it with the round trip. But I feel like the way Oda's been writing these lately, I don't think Oda is going to actually end this cover story without setting up the next one or setting up some future event. So I think we will end this cover story with Yamato leaving Wano. Or maybe even, I had this prediction based off the cover story of last week. Maybe Moria and Perona, since we don't really know what happened to them after the events of Hachinosu. Maybe they'll arrive on Wano, and that'll be the nice little stinger on how this story ends, and maybe we'll get a chapter or two of them in the cover page. So there is enough stuff that I, as a writer, could do to stretch out this story by another 4 to 8 pages. And I'm sure Oda is a much better writer than me. Anyway, we just got everybody, or is that page 1 in a kimono? Cool. So page 1's in a kimono. Ulti and Yamato are eating apples. They're walking through the snow. Oh, the little fox thingy is also there. I forgot its name. The one that was guarding the cemetery. Anyway, that's enough of my Wano ranting, I guess. So, without further ado, let's move on to page 2. There's music playing in the background, but I actually can't hear it. Okay. I think I can hear it now. It's kind of quiet. That's a little bit better. Maybe that's a bit too loud, though, for... I don't know. I'll put it there and leave it there. Alright. Page 2 and 3. That's right, we're still in this Loki flashback, air quotes. Can't wait for this to be over, and considering the name of the chapter is The Island of Fate, here's my prediction for the chapter. We're gonna go to God Valley. Pirate Island, full lad, 39 years ago. So look everywhere. Don Marlone was on last night's security team. They've all been killed. Wait, Don Marlone is dead? And all of his men? Well, that sucks. So even Don Marlone couldn't keep her safe. It's unthinkable. Who could have done this? What did you say? Huh? Our Shaki's been kidnapped. The crime happened within a window of just a few hours. But without any clues to solve the mystery. Oh, Gloriosa's crying. She looks sad. The pirates could only wail and gnash their teeth in anger. Please be safe, Shaki, please. Damn it, Rox, what are you doing over there? I'll tear you to pieces. The news swiftly crossed the seas. Oh. Rayleigh showing some actual concern. Kuja Pirate's Empress. Smiles vanished from the faces of all the crestfallen people. And it was said that all economic activity around the world went stagnant for weeks. One woman disappears and the economy freezes? What? Was she really that beloved? This is getting a little bit ridiculous. And Boa Hancock is supposed to be the most beautiful woman in the world at present day, and I still don't believe that pile of crock. Well, I guess that's the end of pages 2 and 3. 1 year later. She was missing for a year! God Valley, West Blue. Oh, darling, I'm so happy to see you. I always believed you'd come back. Shamrock Shanks, it's your father. Yeah, twins? They're adorable. Yes, and they're yours. Now you can live with me. Now you can live here with me. Well, if they're living anywhere, it won't be here. This island will cease to exist soon, huh? Oh, my eyes glanced on the next page, and I see something really dark happening over there. And I've already special ordered a wife who is befitting of me. All I have to do is make her mine. All I have to do to make her mine is win this competition. Competition? And he killed her. Well, Shanks' mom. I'm really glad that we got to know her for like the 4 panels she was in between last chapter and this chapter. Thank you, Oda, for fleshing it out. We never even got a name for her. I look forward to finding out what her name was in an SBS, probably in 10 weeks. Begin the preparations. Yes, sir. Disembarking now. World government's Navy ships are here. Got the whole island surrounded. Is there some wanted criminal on the island? Bring the children indoors. Use only tranquilizer rounds. Apprehend those who do not resist. Alrighty. We're moving real fast here. Page 6 and 7. Lieutenant Commander, what is the purpose of this operations? It's training, and you're in no position to ask questions, Rook. But sir, wait, is that who I think it is? Platoon leader. What is this kid's problem? I'm sorry, sir, I'll give him a talking to. Oh, you there, what's happening? Eek! Don't resist, just stay put. Huh? Oh, the women and children. They're scared. Run for it, they're arresting everyone. But why? They just look like normal civilians to me. Stop thinking individual thoughts. Only distract from the will of the group. Focus on completing the mission. But it's fine, they're tranquilizer rounds. I'm not killing anyone. Sorry about this, but if you allow me to arrest you, I won't have to shoot you. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm leaving the island. Out of the way. Navy Soldier, Monkey D. Dragon, future Revolutionary Army Commander and father of Luffy. We're starting to put father of X in a lot of these Oda boxes lately, I've noticed. Well, we knew about this from SBS's, that when Dragon, I think, should be about 17 during the events of God Valley, and we were told that he left the Marines, like, in his early 20s. So this is definitely going to be, like, it's really cool and clever to have him here. Akainu is about the same age as him, so maybe we'll see Akainu, too. Put on your masks, we're using tear gas. Well, this is like, the U.S. cops. We're just gonna start, this is like how we treat protesters in America. We're gonna start tranking civilians and tear gassing them. Alrighty, pages 8 and 9. Navy prison ship carrying slaves. Hooray. Bada 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 bada. Or is it, oh, is it just beep 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 boop? Communications room. Did I just hear someone? Oh, we're seeing when Ginny took over the communications to send out that message. Hey bro, Ginny, you alright? Yeah, it all worked out. The intel agent should come by to get us later. Would you kids shut up? Don't ruin things for the rest of us. Gonna get us all punished too. Punished? You fool! Ivankov and Ginny. We're all gonna die if you don't try to learn where the ship is going. And you don't even struggle to survive, what makes you think that we'll be lucky to make it out? Don't play games with miracles. Hang on, bro. Prisoners are rioting. I didn't know slaves could be so feisty. Oh, there's Kuma. Cypher Pole Intelligence Agency. Oh yeah, you heard some incredible intel. What is it this time? Don't play dumb. I know you people picked it up too. Now pay me. You want me to sit on this scoop, don't ya? How did some kid's local paper with a fancy name get an intel network like that? Careful. They'll snuff you out. Just try it. This is big news, Morgan's. Oh, it just says Morgan's in the Oda box. Either way, I'm leaking this to the pirate island. Oh, that's a thought bubble there. He didn't say that out loud. President of the World Economic Journal. He's still the president at this point in time. How old is he at this age? It is 10 and 11. We're looking like we're a little bit past the halfway mark. So Shaki's still alive? Are you serious? What a relief. Where is she now? God Valley. Where is that? That seems fishy. You sure about your source? That's Wang Ji, being the smart guy in the room. The Navy's been taking action, so it seems solid. She's a prize in the Celestial Dragons game. So that means whoever kidnapped her was with the government. Damn it. It's the Celestial Dragon's manhunt. I always thought it was just a tall tale. Wow, even Newgate's heard of it. They got devil fruits too, Kaido. You wanted one, didn't you? What powers are they? Could be good for my kids too, she's saying, thinking in her head, alone to herself. Big Mom and Kaido. You're not sure it's a trap? Shut up. If you're not committed, stay here. The rest of us are going to God Valley. Meanwhile, with the Roger Pirates. Hey, Gabon, where's God Valley? Not close, but I'll make sure we're there in time. We're going, right, boys? No question. Even Rayleigh's excited and pumped here. So Rox is on the move. Don't let him get the jump on us. It took just the tiniest bit of classified intel. We didn't think Roger would get involved. Lead with that next time. Oh, it's the flashback panel from the last time we got a God Valley little cutaway during Kuma's flashback, where Garp's getting the message from Kong to set off all the fiercest warriors of the sea. Alright, here we go. 12 and 13. New content, hopefully. It's a giant ship. Who cares? Sink 'em. Wait, no. It's rocks. Don't slow us down. Oh! I kind of forgot that this is Loki's flashback, because here comes Harold! I was told to stop a certain pirate crew that was infatuated with a single woman, Rox. If we make use of our strength, it would be child's play to sink your tiny ship. Do you see that boat in the distance? You've got government monitors. And you think this is winning you points in the world government? Don't underestimate what we can do. King of the giant oafs. Wow, their friendship really has gone downhill. Does it please you to serve the government that sits on the comfortable perch and watches us destroy one another? I suppose it does, because you're a madman who wants to change Elbaph no matter what. And can we talk in private? I'm sure you've heard where we're going and why. Well, okay. They're having a sake cup together. I'm only going to tell you this next part to you. It's not even for my own crew to hear. What is His Majesty talking about over there? Well, la-dee-da. He's having a toast while my beloved Shaggy is waiting to be rescued. The truth is, I've got a hidden name. Davy D. Zebek. So Rox isn't even his real name. So where the hell did Rox come from? It's not Rox? Oh, that's Harold's next line. It's the name of a clan that I suspect the world government has long tried to cover up. The descendants of the legendary pirate Davy D. Jones. Oh, wow, Davy D. Jones. We took root in the criminal underworld and continue to eke out a living even today. Interesting. Well, let's go to 1415. My timing was either great or terrible. You see, 2 years ago I had a kid. When did that happen? Wait, Blackbeard's 40. And we're basically 39 years in the past right now. So 2 years ago would be a year before Blackbeard was born. And to make sure that danger couldn't befall them both, I sent my wife and child to my homeland and told them to seek the Davy clan for help. Uh-oh. I see, so your kin and wife are there in your homeland. And why would you admit this exploitable weakness to me? My home is God Valley. Interesting. So maybe this is why Garling wants this island wiped off the map. So the government did this as a means to lure you into their clutches. Now the Celestial Dragons are converging on that island. They don't want me coming there. That was a miscalculation on their part. Feels as though some great act of fate is pulling all the strings behind the scenes. Kidnapping Shaki was their fatal mistake. As long as my wife and kid escape, I don't care about the rest. Whoever side fortune is on, Harold, it doesn't feel like mine. So lend me your aid. I refuse. I'd rather sink your ship right now. That's your choice, so be it. Don't attack him. Though hard to believe, once every 3 years, the Celestial Dragons choose an island rich in resources and unaffiliated with the world government. You soft coward. He blew up the king's ship and carry out a manhunt game there, slaughtering all the natives. Somebody help, this can't be happening. Alright, pages 16 and 17, we're at the end. The day of the God Valley incident. In addition to the rare and exotic devil fruits, we have our grand prize of the event. Hailing from the Isle of Women within the Calm Belt to the Grand Line, the previous Empress of the Amazons, praised as the most beautiful woman in the world. Her name is Shakiyaku. Woo! Take her for a wife or make her a slave. The decision is yours. Wow, even the people in the crowd, the Celestial Dragon bubbleheads are freaking out about her. I want her. She was kept in a pristine condition after being caught. A truly elite prize. She's perfect. Win and bring her to the Shepherd family, Sommers. Oh, that's right. Sommers is here. Oh, wow. Sommers looks way different when he's young at the bottom panel. Don't be stupid. If I win, she's my slave. She's my wife. Stop dreaming, Sommers. Garling? Really? Actually, we also know that Garling wins this whole thing. With you here, Gunko, we might win a trophy in the family competition. Okay, so there's the Manmeyers. We see the Manmeyer guy that we saw last time with the funky hat and the tongue sticking out. But now we also see Gunko here. So Gunko was on God Valley. We now have confirmation of that. Oh, Dragon's up to something. Please, get my children off this island. Don't let him have them. Come here, Teach. It's alright. You have to live through this. So Teach was on God Valley. Lastly, every world noble is aware of them. In addition to the Buccaneer boy serving as a super rare rabbit in this contest, we have another target who's been found at long last after 800 years. The Davy clan. So it looks like Dragon is going to be the reason that Blackbeard gets off this island. Holy crap. For all the people that say Dragon doesn't do anything, Dragon is doing something now. And I hope you're happy. You got what you asked for. Alrighty. Let's move straight into chapter highlights and predictions. So for me, chapter highlight. It's a lot of talking. Probably this visceral image of Garling killing his lover, I guess? Not even his wife. Takes 2 babies, kills the mom. Probably this reveal of Dragon. This is the highlight. Dragon is Marine. Maybe in the next chapter we'll get the reveal that Akainu is here as a Marine, because Akainu was a Marine at this time, and he should be around at this point. And Ohara is going to happen a few years after this. Like 10 years after this, roughly. We get the reveal of Morgan's doing Morgan's things. This is a lot of the stuff that Randy Troy wanted to see happen. We got to see more. We got to see Ginny send the message out, which we could have seen during the Kuma flashback, considering Kuma's here in a panel on page 9. We could have seen this entire scene during the Kuma flashback, and it feels like it was wasted that we didn't see that. In like 10 years, when they remake the anime, maybe they'll incorporate some of the scenes in this flashback into like Kuma's flashback, because he was here for a bunch of it, including this announcement at the end with Shocky being revealed as a reward. I feel like it's a waste of time to literally get a Kuma flashback only for like one arc later that we cut back to that same incident in that flashback just to get a little bit more details. Like, not enough time has passed for this reveal to have like the full impact that it could have had. But the Davy clan and the reveal of the Davy clan. Davy D. Zebek, Davy D. Jones. This is a lot of cool and interesting lore details. We still don't know what the will of D is, but I think this might rule out that the D stands for Davy. I think the D might just stand for D. It might just be a smile. It might not stand for anything. Could be destiny, for all we know. But the fact that there's a Davy clan, that's important. Marshall D. Teach, the Davy clan. It does make me wonder if Whitebeard knew about this. It's implying that Whitebeard does not, considering that Rox has been keeping this secret from his whole crew. So, Marshall D. Teach, Whitebeard probably will eventually recruit Blackbeard to the crew without even knowing that it's Rox's son. That's a pretty interesting detail. That's my theory for now. I'll run with it until it's proven otherwise. Anywho, predictions for future chapters. Well, this ends with a to be continued, so I think we're just going to keep on trucking along. I think we're just going to cut to the Battle of God Valley. We're probably going to get some context to the Rox POV. And I hope we get to see what happened to Harold, because his ship blows up here. And Rox gets away. And we know what Rox gets away because he shows up at God Valley. So he had to defeat Harold here somehow. But who knows where we're going to go from here. He shared a sake cup with them. That's very symbolic in the story. It means that he considers himself closest brothers with Harold, even though they're supposedly fighting. And Rox never returned to Elbaph after the last chapter. But it's been about a year or two since that last chapter. Also, poor Don Marlone. They just killed off Don Marlone and all of the mafia under his control. I wonder who was the world government agent that came in and managed to snatch Shaki in all of this. It feels so weird that we emphasized so much on Shaki in the last couple chapters, and we did not see how she got captured. Like, at all. Well, at least we know she's going to get out of this okay, so I have no concern or worry for her in the least bit. So, if we don't see her for the rest of this flashback, I don't care. I like her as a character, she's fine, but knowing where she ends up after this means that everything between then and now kind of doesn't matter. Sommers and Garling competing to have Shocky as a wife, though, is something funny. We know that neither one of them is going to end up with her, and we also know that Garling is also going to win. Also, we're getting a better look at all those Devil Fruit prizes. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 chests. I think we only saw 6 chests during the Kuma perspective of the flashback. So who knows? Maybe this new framing is retcon, maybe it's not. And Gunko is hanging out with the Manmeyers. We might win a trophy in the family competition. It sounds like there's tiers to this competition. There might be different rewards for like different point totals. For like maybe people who act in a group or people who act alone. So it makes me wonder how the scoring system of this game works. Because they have different prizes and different tiers of prizes. and clearly a grand champion, who will be Figurlin Garling by the end of this. Who knows? Anyway, tune in next time. And that's where we end for the stream for now. So, this has been a really fun raid. I do wish we would have cut back to the present, because I'm kind of a little bit Roxed out at this point. We spent so long on this Rox flashback, and and his name isn't even Rox, technically. It's not even supposed to be a Rox flashback. This is supposed to be a Loki/Harold flashback. I was fine with Harold, because we were supposed to learn about, in a 3-minute storytelling sequence, how Loki did or didn't kill Harold. And we are still effectively... that happened 14 years in the past, which means that we still have, what's it called? So we're like 40 years in the past right now. We still have 25 years to go, roughly, before we get to Harold's death. And there's also, like, the engagement between, Lola and Loki is also something that we need to see at some point, I guess. We're taking our sweet-ass time getting back to the present. And then I guess there's the whole Brooke and Gunko thing. Maybe Brooke was just here as a security guard. Because Brooke would have been... This is 40 years ago. Brooke should be trapped as a skeleton at this point. He will have been trapped in the Florian Triangle for, like, 10 years or something at this point. No, or was he wanted there for 30 years? And he'll get trapped 10 years after this. I don't know. Was Brooke like 20 or something at this point? I don't know. We still don't need to know what his connection to Gunko is. And that's something that I feel like could have been elaborated here. Maybe Brooke is in the West Blue here. Who knows? Anywho, that's all. I was trying to get into the outro, but we ended up theorizing a little bit longer. So, long story short, if you want to stay up to date, best way to do that, join the Discord. You can get updates on my health, what I'm doing, or hey, just hang out and chat. And if you want to see this stuff live, the best way to do that is to follow me on Twitch TV/SheetStreams. Though I do let people know when I'm going live in Discord. And if you want to see other content on the channel, you know where to find it. Links are where links are. And I'll see you all next time. Stay safe out there. I wonder if we're on break next week. I don't know if we're on break next week. Hopefully there's a chapter next week. Sheets out.